Good morning. My name is Alyssa Halliday, and I have the honor of being one of your worship leaders today. You'll also hear from my friend Kris a little later in the service. The two of us, along with Linda Mowers, collaborated to create this special Sunday service for you. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. As soon as you walked into church and saw tables instead of our usual rows of chairs, you probably sensed that today is a little different. Each table has a unique centerpiece sponsored by one of our incredible committees here at BBUUC. I invite you to take time to admire them, and during fellowship hour, to wander and explore. There should be at least one committee member at each table ready to share more about their work and perhaps spark a new connection. Who knows? You may discover a new way to belong in this beloved community. Today is March 1st, which means we begin a new spiritual theme, paying attention. March is also Stewardship Month in the life of our church. And yes, stewardship can bring up many feelings. Often we immediately think of money, but stewardship is so much more. It is the spiritual practice of caring for what matters. It asks us to pay attention to our gifts, our resources, and the ways we are called to share them. To listen for the unique song within us that longs to be offered. It is my hope that you leave this service feeling empowered, more connected to your own calling, and more connected to this beautiful spiritual community. To honor the beginning of Stewardship Month, we invite you to stay after the service today for a special luncheon catered by North Florida School of Special Education, whose mission is to provide a supportive and empowering environment where students with intellectual and developmental differences can learn, grow, and thrive, each discovering and sharing their own unique song with the world. We hope you'll join us for good food and good company as we continue the conversation together. We will begin our service with one of our most treasured guest violinists, Mr. Timothy Edwards, who will play Wonderful World. And in the order of service, it has it written as Gary Smart joining him on the piano, but this is actually going to be just Timothy in the violin, so a solo. Thank you so much, Timothy.
Good morning. It's so good. Thank you. Thank you. It's so good to be back with my BBUUC family, and to see you in this setting just makes me feel more and more relaxed and more comfortable to see you all being able to sit around tables and just enjoy yourself. So this is fantastic. I did, as she mentioned, I did want you to know that it wasn't that I just could not afford Gary for this first piece. It was, which I can't, but actually when I arranged this piece, I arranged it for solo violin, and so that's how you're going to hear it today. But just so you know, whenever I play this piece or think about it, I can't help thinking about Louis Armstrong, and singing this piece. So I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you, Timothy. As we begin this season of Vision Quest, we remember that stewardship is not simply about budgets or buildings. It is about calling. It is about listening for the quiet song within us and trusting that what we have to offer truly matters. The future of this beloved community will not be shaped by one grand gesture, but by many faithful offerings of time, talent, and treasure. In a world that asks us to do everything, we return to a steady truth. Each of us is one, and that is enough. Please hear the words of Edward Everett Hale. I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. And because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do the something that I can do. Come, let us worship together.
I've asked our congregation's president, Cindi Jorgensen, to light our chalice for us this morning. Today's chalice reading is titled, A Reminder of What We Share by Pat Uribe Lichty. The chalice is a symbol of our faith. Like our faith, it is not magic, nor is it mysterious. We light it as a reminder of what we share as a community and of who each of us is called to be. When we feel lost in a chaotic world, may the light of our chalice show us our path. When we are afraid of the times we live in, may the light of our chalice give us courage. When we despair at the injustice and cruelty around us, may the light of our chalice recall us to a faithful hope. Our chalice is a symbol of our commitment to each other and to ourselves as we light it today as a gathered community, that we may understand more completely and act more boldly and hope more fiercely. Thank you, Cindi. As the song leaders come forward, please rise and body your spirit to sing the opening hymn, number 299, Make Channels for the Streams of Love, in the gray hymnal. The words are also on the screen. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kris, and I am your co-worshiper this morning. Welcome to the weekly services of Buckman Bridge Unitarian Universalist Church, often shortened to the acronym BBUUC. I want to take a moment to extend a very warm welcome to everyone here and everyone who's visiting us. You are welcome here no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter what your background. You are welcome here to join us as we proclaim worth in our spiritual journeys. You are welcome to join us as we sing songs that uplift our very beings. You are welcome to join us in community as we learn, live, and love together. All are welcome as we worship that which gives each of us meaning and value. No matter what you call this building, this hour, or this gathering of people, we worship as one body, illuminated by the light of the chalice. Welcome, everyone. As we worship together, may we root ourselves in the values of this faith: interdependence and pluralism, justice and transformation, generosity and equity. If this is your first time here, we're glad you found us. We hope you stay and enjoy the luncheon provided after the service. If you'd like to know more about Unitarian Universalism, we offer free classes to explore our faith. The welcome table at the entrance is a good place to start, and wearing a name tag helps us to get to know you. Please feel free to speak with any member about BBUUC. If they cannot answer your questions, they can point you to someone who can. BBUUC is an autonomous, lay-led congregation. It has maintained its membership with the Unitarian Universalist Association for more than 35 years. Unitarian Universalists work democratically to govern our separate congregations. On the back of your order of service lists how our association articulates the values we covenant to affirm and promote, with love as the power that holds the center together. Inside our order of service and on screen, you'll find the congregation's covenant developed by our BBUUC community. Let us say it together. We covenant to engage one another with honesty, kindness, and respect, to value diversity, seek understanding of our differences, and practice gracious accountability with care, love, and empathy. We make these promises to those who are here and those yet to come, so that we may be a safe, welcoming, and beloved community of acceptance, learning, and transformation. Please rise once again in body or spirit for the singing of the call to worship. The words are printed and upon the screen.
So as you can see in the bulletin, if you have the bulletin there, it said that I was going to be doing Clarence Cameron White's Slave Song, which is from his Bandana Sketches, which is another wonderful piece, and I love performing that piece as well. For those of you that might know, I happen to be on CP time, and even though this is technically the first day of March, I'm still back in Black History Month. And so I'm going to... So I wanted to bring you this piece by probably the most noted Black composer. He was the first Black composer to have his work performed by a major symphony orchestra in the United States. And so this is William Grant Still's Blues, from Lenox Avenue. And when you hear it, if you're like me, you will sort of hear the train leaving the station, and at the end you'll hear the train coming back to the station. So it sort of reminds me of just, in general, life and our whole life cycle. So I hope you enjoy it.
We've had a great couple years, but this last year we've had dormant committees come back to life. Look at our social action. Look at Rainbow Welcoming. We are just really, really moving ahead. We have had great strides in accessibility. We're going to have our outside doors become accessible in April. So that is done. But just so you realize how these improvements, we need your support. This project will cost us about $20,000. So it is a very good way that we are using your treasure to make BBUC a more welcoming community. Our tech folks are really doing their best to keep up with all the great new enhancements that worship is doing with our services. We had a good pledge drive last year. Just so you know, we are so attuned to being fiscally responsible in order to keep our church going with the non-sexy things like air conditioning, pesticides, those types of things. We also need to make sure we have a big enough balance that is available in the event that we have a catastrophe, if we had a windstorm or whatever. So those are some of the big goals of finance. I love the fact that our kids population is growing and growing. The kids seem to love us, and we sure love them. And I want to tell you, the volunteer sign-ups have just been fantastic this year. And that's all part of stewardship. So we want to keep looking at the main recommendations of our survey, which included seeing more programs for adults and kids, more activities that bring us together, and more investment into an increased space for us to be able to get together and be together as a community. And I want to thank Timothy again for that first song, It's a Wonderful World. I had asked that to be played because that's truly how I feel whenever I'm here on Sundays. It's just, you know, that little song can be ringing in the back of my head, and I'm just so happy to be here with all of you, and let's keep going and keep this wonderful, beloved community together. Thank you. And I'm going to introduce a short video where some of the folks here from BBUC got to say what they would like to see happen in the next couple years.
You're wanting to know things that I'd like for the church. If I wanted to change things or have something new, I would love to have more of a play area for the kids, because I love the fact that we have kids, because it means that we will grow. Because I've been in many other UU churches and they are dying because they don't have children. So that's what I'd love.
I would like to see more engagement and more partnership with community nonprofits, and being more involved in community activities, so that we get our name recognition out there and people know that we are a safe space to go.
I would love to see more music in the service, either by the special music or singing together. I think that it creates a greater sense of community.
I'd like to see more of the members join with membership so that we can tap onto those folks to greet the new visitors.
Hi, my vision for BBUUC is to have potlucks or dinners twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays. because I love every opportunity to hang out with y'all and talk and eat food and play games and maybe dance and do karaoke.
My vision for BBUUC is that instead of having one large screen in the middle, we have two large screens on the side so that people can follow the service on the screens and we can all see the window.
I would love to see an updated or fixed or new playground for our church.
I've got a small ask. We have a dedicated month for the children to put their works in the artist corner, and maybe a big ask and start thinking about maybe a fellowship hall, some capital expansion for the church.
I'd like to see more parking spaces because we desperately need because we're a growing congregation.
I would love to have a mural cover that ugly fence in the front on Collins Avenue as we drive in.
I'd like to see more book clubs that are not political.
Well, I want to see more family and children get-togethers, and I'm hoping that eventually we can get some karaoke, because singing and music brings people together.
I would like to see more circle suppers. They're so much fun and a great way to get to know other people in the congregation.
I'd like to see a deck for outside service.
I would love to see continued plantings, especially of native plants, and some more social activities so that we knit together as a community.
I would like to have more family activities, just so all of our families can mingle and get to know each other, but also maybe adult activities where we can all mingle and I can feel like I don't just hang out in the house with my kids all the time and it's just social time, but I'm not bothering anyone during church either. So those are the main two.
Yes, for Sunday service, since it's a religious organization, I would like to have a moment of prayer during our service. Thank you.
My only thing is, it's just to keep the awareness on the needs of people with disabilities, however that is.
So what I would like is more opportunities to have discussions of how to talk to other people about issues and strategies for talking about things.
I would like to see us have some outdoor seating and areas where we could gather as small groups. And so off the back porch here, maybe have some movable chairs and tables. I know we've got a picnic table, but movable chairs and stuff would be nice for small groups.
I would love for our church to be used 24/7, to have programs just chock-a-block full for everyone to be able to participate, especially our families and our kids, of course. And that requires volunteers, and so I would love to see everybody raise their hand and be a strong part of this community.
I would like to see maybe if we could do some maybe yoga workshops, maybe outside here or inside there, yoga or walking groups. If people want to meet during the week and walk, just a little bit more physical activity for us to get together and hang, and maybe a theater club, something like that. Maybe something fun.
What BBUUC needs to work on more is community presence, to let people know that we are there for them, that we are the church. If you don't feel like you have a church home, we are the place to be. If you want change, if you want to see change, this is where you want to come to.
I'm Ellen, and I've been here for over 30 years. Very happy with the direction the church is going, and I'd like it to continue. Thank you.
Today's reading, Money is Like Water, by Lynn Twist, is from The Soul of Money. Money is like water. It flows through all our lives, sometimes like a rushing river, and sometimes like a trickle. When it is flowing, it can purify, cleanse, create growth, and nourish. But when it is blocked or held too long, It can grow stagnant and toxic to those withholding or hoarding it. Like water, money is a carrier. It can carry blessed energy, possibility, and intention, or it can carry control, domination, and guilt. It can be a current or currency of love, a conduit for commitment, or a carrier of hurt or harm. We can be flooded with money and drown in its excess, and when we dam it up unnecessarily, we can keep it out of circulation to the detriment of others. In this condition of scarcity, money shows up not as a flow, but as an amount, something to collect and to hold on to stockpile. We measure our self-worth by our net worth, and always more is better. So when feeling like there is no surplus, any drop in the balance sheet is experienced as a loss that diminishes us. Grounded in sufficiency, money's movement in and out of our life feels natural. We can see that flow as healthy and true and allow that movement instead of being anxious about it or hoarding. In our sense of sufficiency, we recognize and celebrate money's power for good, our power to do good with it, and we can experience fulfillment in directing the flow towards our highest ideals and commitments. When we perceive the world as one in which there is enough, and we are enough to make the world work for everyone everywhere with no one left out, our money carries that energy and generates relationships and partnerships in which everyone feels able and valued, regardless of their economic circumstances. This haven, this refuge, this place of worship and wonder exists because we make it so. With our contributions, the gifts of our time, our skills, our food, our love, our laughter, and our money. As today's offertory ushers, Chuck Smithers and Gene Spinney, I'm sorry. Gene Spinney, I wasn't sure which one got switched out. Come to collect our offering. Give what you will for the church that has meant so much to you, for the church that meant so much to those who came before you, and for the church that will mean so much to people you will never know. Give what you will, for you are a generous people. The offertory will be followed by hymn number 123, The Spirit of Life.
As we reflect on what it means to offer our gifts faithfully, I invite you into the homily, Singing It Back by Reverend Beth Graham. What we try to express as Unitarian Universalists are these truths. Each of us is unique. Each of us has gifts we were given at birth. We were born with these gifts. They are wired within us. Each of us has the responsibility to apply these talents to the world. Each of us must navigate how to find our place in creation's fold while understanding that everyone around us is involved in that very same pursuit. As David Blanchard has said, it takes a while for many of us to figure out which is our song and which is the song that others would like us to sing. Some of us are slow learners. I heard my song not necessarily from doing something extraordinary thing in exotic places. What came to astound me was not that the song appeared, but that it was always there. Whatever we believe about the origins of our creation, whatever is our understanding about a creator, imagining that we each have music that is ours to sing, a song that is echoed back and forth between us and the other, perhaps, or between us and one another. Whatever our theological orientation, this is worth our pondering. Right now, I'm not interested in debating how the song got there. I'm interested in unearthing the song that is there within each one of us. Imagine the idea of having a tune that is just our own, a song that lives in our heart and mind, that describes us to the world, a song that we sometimes hear the world sing back to us, a song that no matter if it be day or night, ready to comfort, sustain, and encourage us. Imagine. And then ask yourself, what's your song? What does your life echo back to the world? Nearly a century ago, Rabindranath Tagore wrote, "I have spent my days stringing and unstringing my instrument while the song I came to sing remains unsung." This Nobel-winning Hindu poet conjured up for us the image of a person who spends more time doing tasks than in being his or her true self, living out his or her true song. Do we take time to hear the song? To answer its call? To join its chorus? For me, churches such as this helps the answer to that question be yes. You have the opportunity to provide one another melodies and harmonies, backbeats and refrains, as you each continue on the path in life of trying to be faithful to that which stirs most strongly or sings most loudly within you. One of my heroes, Reverend Jim Wallace of the progressive Christian organization Sojourners, often asks people this pivotal question: where do your gifts meet the pressing needs of the world? And Mary Oliver says the same thing in her poem, Summer Days. What is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? It's your turn to answer those very same questions as you look at one another, the larger community, and this world that holds us all. The attempt to figure out how best to pay our debt to the world is the challenge that each of us faces throughout our life's journeys. Connecting our gifts with the world's needs, as Wallace would say, or as Oliver might put it, justifying our wild and precious life with purposeful behavior. This is lifelong work. Regardless of your years on this earth, what is your life song? What calls out to you from the universe? What melody do you give voice to in return? A year from now, if I ask you what the melody is that is most your own, what do you want the answer to be? In Blanchard's words, they can be songs of love or of longing, songs of encouragement or of comfort, songs of struggle or of security. To what will your voices give testimony? My current calling is to help you join their voices with the music this religion of ours can make. My hope for our UU churches is that here we continue to make room for the various ways our fellow faiths hear the universe calling out to them. My hope is that we do more than eavesdrop on the tunes our neighbors are echoing back and forth to and from the world. My hope is that we are moved and shaped into being more honest and faithful Unitarian Universalists by opening ourselves up to the songs that abound. My hope for you is that next year, at this time, you will have a chorus of answers about how the world's needs and your unique gifts as a faith community can best bless this world. May these songs grow more steady, more robust, and more certain in the years to come. I, for one, can't wait to hear how you will sing it back. Amen.
Will the song leaders return to the dais as we once again rise for the closing hymn, number 108, My Life Flows On, an Endless Song. The words are on the screen, and there are 3 verses. As Cindi returns to extinguish the chalice, I would like to remind you to please stay put for a moment after the benediction. Cindi will be giving a procedural instructions regarding today's special luncheon. May all our hours together be blessed as this one has been, by open-hearted sharing, learning from one another, and making beautiful harmonies together. And may we greet everyone we encounter with the same acceptance and grateful kinship. Until we come together to worship again, I bid you peace, amen, and blessed be.